Hello, Math 8, and welcome to your last math recording. I know it's so sad. It is very sad, actually. I never got to finish out the year together, but hopefully it's a pretty chill way to end the year. So it should be a quick one. I have your survey data on the next page. Notice the Google Sheet has two different sheets in the bottom of it. I'm just going to go through very quickly what you have to do. And to be honest, this would be more of this assignment, successful completion, would replace an FDL with a PDL from earlier in this year, or it'll replace like a low failing grade with like a 100. Okay, so if you do this right, I will replace FDL or F with PDL or 100. So if you're struggling, or if you're borderline pass-fail, this will be good for you. Or if you're like not quite happy with your mark, this could help you as well. Okay, most of you aren't really hovering on the line of FDL, PDL, but you never know. So we're going to choose two columns of data. We're going to bring those columns over here, make a two-way table, make a two-way relative frequency table with percents. And then determine if there's a relationship between your two columns of data by interpreting that table. So I'm going to go over to my form, and I'm going to do one example for you, and then we're going to come back. So here's our data. Notice I was anonymous. The only two columns I hid was the timestamp, and I deleted them actually, but it was the timestamp and something else. Oh, the first question, like I can be honest because it's anonymous. That was also a question. So I deleted all that. So I don't see a timestamp, I don't see that. All I see was this. So I really do have no idea who said what, unless I know what high school you're going to or I know what class you're in. Like, I could narrow it down if I wanted to, but like, I can't get anything interesting from any of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our two columns of data. So let's say I want to determine if there's a relationship between, well, I'm selfish, so I'm going to pick people whose favorite 8-1 teacher, and notice I changed everyone else to other. I didn't want you having a popularity contest. Like, that's not how I want to end the year. I took Roboto. I know who won, but it's Roboto versus other. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to see if there's a relationship between, I'm going to do two actually. I'm going to do the male and female students, and I'm going to do Math 8 and Algebra kids. See if one group tends to like me more than the other. Like, for selfish reasons. So I'm going to take 3, and I'm going to put the columns here. And I'm actually going to do for you is, it's not like it right now, but I'm going to do something called conditional formatting. If I've ever done it, it's really awesome to use. It really helps with counting. So I'm going to format this so that if the cell says, hold on, so if it says other, it's going to be red, because that's the wrong answer. I mean, that's one answer. And then I'm going to add another rule, add the green for the right answer, I mean the Mr. Roboto answer. Okay. So I have that conditional formatting rule. So now it's going to be pretty quick for me to count up. So I'm going to make my two-way table. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. The options are Roboto, other, and male and female. So I'm going to do 2 by 2. So let's see. I have Roboto, other, total, so 4 by 4. So I got a 4 by 4 video, a 4 by 4 table. That was weird. Let's see. So I'm going to put male, female here. And then Roboto or other. Then I'll have my total. So I was very disappointed in the fact that only 64 kids took the survey, which means that 2/3 of the school did not. 2/3 of the grade didn't, or I'm sorry, 1/3 of the grade didn't do it, which is very sad. But whatever, it is what it is. So let's see. So in total down here, I know I have 64 kids. So I'm going to look at the total number of kids who answered. All right, I'm going to do, all right, I'll do conditional formatting for this one too. I'll just show you what this looks like real quick in case you want to do it. So conditional formatting, I went to format and conditional formatting. And basically what that does is I can change the color of a cell if the text is a certain phrase. So if it's male, I can make the color like pink, because pink is awesome. And if it says the text is exactly, another rule, if the text says female, I can make it like this pretty yellow color. So that just makes it easier for me to count. Like, I just want to count colors. I don't want to read words. So in total, I'm going to count the number of total male students who I surveyed. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I had 30 male students, which means I had 64 minus 30 females, which is 34 female students. And, all right, then I will count the people who said Robodeau. Actually, I'm not going to bother that. I'm just going to count the females who chose Robodeau. Someone should, okay, so that'd be yellow and green I'm looking for. So, okay, not too many names. So we got 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. I'm counting wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice the color is really helpful because I'm looking for green and yellow across from each other. So I have 7 green and yellows. 8, 9. 10. So I have 10 in that column. And then I know, all right, now there's 34 total down here. So I got 34 minus 10 equals 24. Okay. So then let's look at male students. Let's see, so I'm looking for green and pink now. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Okay. So 14 there, and then 30 minus 14 is 16. So now, I'm only putting the subtraction here because that, I didn't count all that stuff. I only counted these other numbers. These were all just products of my subtraction. So then my total is going to be 14 plus 10 equals 24. And then 16 plus 24 equals 40. All right, so that means 40 of you made a really good choice in having a different favorite teacher for the year. Only kidding. Yeah. So there's our two-way table. So now what we're going to do is make a relative frequency table for it. And I'm going to get rid of all subtractions. All right, 16. All right, 24. All right, 34. All right, 40. And all right, 24. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to center this because it's driving me mad it's not centered. So I have to figure out how to do that without messing up my video. Okay, so now I'm going to turn all these numbers into percents, and I'm going to need to go into my cell to do that. So 30 divided by 30, 16 divided by 30, 14 divided by 30, and I'm going to leave the fractions in here so you remember what they all are. I'm going to actually cross off this column. Yes, that's it. Because I want to figure out, okay, well, based on if someone's male or female, does that make one group of students more likely to prefer Mr. Roboto or other teachers? So, we're just going to do the math. And let's think. Okay, so I know that I'm going to copy and paste down below just so I can see it clearly. So 10 out of 30 is, I know for a fact that is 33% because it's 1/3, which means that this is 100%, which means that this here is 67%. Wait, hold on. Doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Stop. Okay. This should be out of 34. Just kidding. 10 out of 34. And why is there a year now? I think it's easier. Okay, whatever. Okay. So I gotta do some math for these. So I have to go to my Desmos calculator, which I'm happy to do. So I need 10 out of 34 and 14 out of 30. 10 out of 34 is 29%, which makes this number here 71%, because this is 100%. 14 out of 30 is 47%. 16 out of 30 was 53%. Okay. So I want to know, is there a relationship between the gender of a student and whether or not their favorite teacher is me? And I'm going to say that yes, there is definitely a relationship. And here's why. So if you're looking at if you polled just the male students, you'd find that I'm half of them. I'm their favorite teacher. Cool, whatever. And then if you surveyed female students, you'd find only 30% of them who said I'm a favorite teacher. So basically, it's saying like a male student is more likely to prefer Mr. Roboto as their teacher, have him as their favorite teacher. So that's really like the connection we see that, oh, if I split this up by gender, I get different results, which means that it seems that someone's favorite teacher is partially based on whether they are a male or a female student. Hope that makes sense. So that's basically all you have to do. I want you to choose two different piles of data, and I'm actually going to make a third sheet. I'm going to put it right in front. So this is your assignment sheet. I'm going to copy paste the assignment. So you just have to go to the third sheet at the bottom from the forms responses sheet at the bottom. And that's how you're going to get your data. And really, it's just as simple as like, so if you want to say, all right, I'm going to see whether or not, I'm not going to do the algebra one here. If you want to see whether like Math 8 or algebra kids are more likely to perform a job as a teacher, you can do that. They're mostly the end of the survey because they got theirs the day after you guys, so they're all at the end. But you could try that if you wanted to. You could try copying and pasting that data and seeing if that's the case, or you could see whether like male or female students, if that changes their favorite like sport or their type of movie genre. And if you want to do that, you'll just need to make more columns for your table. But I encourage you to do it. It's not required today. It's gonna be fun. Don't have to do it, but if you do it, I will definitely replace a failed assignment grade um, with a 100. So it'll definitely help your grade pass. Um, and we'll look at it in our live today as well, unless you were there. Actually, if you're watching this, you probably weren't there. But if you're watching this again, it's been a great year. You guys made my first year in Wallingford really nice, so thank you for that. I wish you the best of luck in high school. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. And yeah, I'm still here for questions or anything, but have a wonderful weekend. And if I don't see you or hear from you, enjoy your high school.